back, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about hash sets. The first part of this video, I'm going to be giving you a scenario of why we'd use hash sets, and then we'll jump into code. So without further ado, let's hit the shell. So for this scenario, just imagine you're throwing a party and you've got a guest list ready. And just like any good PowerShell scripter, your list is in array form. It's just a normal party, nothing too crazy. Just before the party starts though, you suddenly realize, wait a minute, I've invited Steve twice. Now, of course, Steve's a cool guy and all, but no one wants double Steves at the party, or rather any double guest for that matter. You need a way to make each guest unique. Now, you could loop through this, tossing out duplicates like last year's Halloween candy, but isn't there a more efficient way? Enter hash sets. It's like the velvet rope to your party. It ensures you only have unique elements in your get-together list. Creating a hash set in PowerShell is easy as making toast. Alright, notice we have a guest list array, and we have our guest in it. We got Brenda, John, Steve, Mary, Ed, and Steve. Notice we have Steve twice. We'll go ahead and display the members of this variable once we load it, just so you can see how many people we have in the array once we spit that out to the screen. Now, the next thing we're going to do is create a hash set. Now, this hash set, notice at the end, it's system collections generic hash set string. So string is what type of data we have in it. We'll show another example later where we're using IPv4 addresses. But for now, we're going to create our empty hash set and our not double trouble party. Once we load this hash set up, we'll go ahead and iterate through our guest list array. Now what this is going to do is it's going to go for each person in our guest list, and it's going to add them to the not double trouble party hash set. Now if that person is not in the list, the add method will return true. But if they already exist in the list, then it's going to return a false and drop to the else statement. So let's go ahead and run through this code just so you can see the output. Now notice Brenda, John, Steve, and Mary, and Ed are all RSVP'd. But guess what? Double trouble. Steve tried to crash the party. Not today, Steve. Not today. In our second demo, we're going to have our array list of IP addresses. Notice we have 192.168.0.1, 10.0.0.1, 172.16.0.1, and then again 192.168.0.1. So we got duplicate IPs in this list. We're going to go ahead and load this list, and then I'm going to show you the list to the screen. Notice we do have those duplicates on the first and last items. We're going to go ahead and create our hash set list. Now this time we're going to be storing system.net.ip addresses in our hash set, which is a specific .NET type for IP addresses. We'll go ahead and create this hash set. Go ahead and load that. And then we're going to loop through this array of IP addresses. And then for each one, similar as our party list, we're going to add the IP address. Now if the IP address is already in the list, it's going to return false, which will drop to our else statement. So this is a good way to see if something's already in your list without doing a contains method. Now we run this, and as we can see on the output, we added 3 of the IP addresses, and the 4th one already in the hash set. We'll go ahead and display the contents of this hash set. Notice that we have all the details for IPv4 address. If we want to, we can drill into the IP address to string field just to get the IP address list. Go ahead and do that, and notice we don't have duplicates. This is a quick, fast way of using hash sets. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.